Welcome to Course 4, Foundation, Certified Supply Chain Professional, CSCP, course, by SPAO Academy. Topic 4, Internal Operations and Inventory, Section 1, Planning Operations, Lesson 2, the Aggregate Planning Framework. The Aggregate Planning Framework, Learning Objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define aggregate planning and its purpose. Identify the time horizon and key inputs, outputs of the aggregate plan. Distinguish between pure strategies, level versus chase, and mixed strategies. 1. What is aggregate planning? Aggregate planning is the process of developing, analyzing, and maintaining a preliminary plan to meet overall demand for the intermediate future, typically 3 to 18 months out. The term aggregate means that the plan does not look at individual product SKUs, stock keeping units. Instead, it groups products into product families or metrics, e.g., total units, pounds, labor hours, based on similar production requirements. Example: a car manufacturer does not plan for red SUVs with leather seats at this stage. They plan for total number of vehicles or total engine blocks. 2. The purpose. The primary goal of aggregate planning is to balance supply, capacity, and demand forecast in the most cost-effective way possible. It acts as the bridge between long-term strategic planning, facilities, capital investment, and short-term scheduling, day-to-day workflows. It answers questions like: should we hire more workers or authorize overtime? Should we build up inventory during slow months to prepare for a rush? Should we subcontract work to third parties? 3. The planning framework, inputs and outputs. To build an aggregate plan, a business must gather specific inputs. After analysis, it produces actionable outputs. Inputs: the starting point, demand forecast, the predicted demand for the product family for each period. Production costs: regular time labor costs, overtime labor costs, subcontracting costs, inventory costs, holding costs, storage, insurance, obsolescence, and backorder, shortage costs. Current capacity: existing workforce size, current inventory levels, and current production rates. Outputs: the deliverables, workforce levels. How many employees are needed each month, hiring, firing plan. Production rates: how many units to produce per period, regular time versus overtime. Inventory levels: planned ending inventory for each period. 4. The 3 pure strategies. In aggregate planning, there are 2 pure strategies, using one lever, and 1 mixed strategy, using multiple levers. Beginners usually start by understanding the pure strategies first. Strategy A. Level capacity, constant workforce. In this strategy, the company maintains a stable workforce and consistent output regardless of fluctuations in demand. How it works: production remains constant. When demand is lower than production, inventory builds up. When demand is higher than production, inventory is depleted, or backorders occur. Pros: stable workforce, high morale, no hiring, firing costs, predictable output. Cons: risk of high inventory holding costs or stockouts. Strategy B. Chase demand, match demand. In this strategy, the company adjusts capacity, hiring, firing, overtime, to exactly match the demand for that period. How it works: if demand goes up, you work overtime or hire. If demand goes down, you lay off workers or reduce shifts. Inventory levels remain stable, ideally 0. Pros: low inventory holding costs, no risk of obsolete stock. Cons: high administrative costs, hiring, firing, potential for low employee morale due to job instability. Strategy C. Mixed strategy. In the real world, most companies use a mixed strategy. This combines elements of level and chase strategies. For example, maintain a core stable workforce, level, but use overtime or subcontracting, chase, to handle peak demand periods. Build inventory during low demand periods, level, and hire temporary staff during high demand periods, chase. 5. Why is this important for beginners? For a beginner student, understanding the aggregate planning framework is crucial because it represents the first step in operational efficiency. Without aggregate planning, production might ignore sales, leading to massive shortages. HR might not know when to hire, leading to panic recruiting. Finance cannot accurately forecast cash flow. With aggregate planning, all departments align on a big picture plan that balances the cost of holding inventory against the cost of changing capacity. Summary: capacity, level strategy, constant, chase strategy, varies to match demand. Inventory, level strategy, fluctuates, buffer, chase strategy, stable, minimal, workforce. Level strategy, stable, chase strategy, hired, fired frequently. Best for level strategy. High holding costs are low, stable demand. Chase strategy. High holding costs are high, volatile demand. I really appreciate you spending your time with me today. If you want to learn more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your like means the world to us and helps this channel grow so we can continue bringing you great content. Thanks again, and see you on the next video.